Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of my Storm fans out there. It's me, your captain, and I'm getting ready to combo off and have all of you watch. Let's not think about that too hard. I'm going to let you and everybody else know that this stream is happening, and we're all going to get ready and have a fun time. I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Melodic Miner. It is Riddler time. I don't know if this is like a DC the Riddler kind of a situation, which is what the deck is named after, or something that I want to kind of do, which is insinuate that I'm having a game of riddles like in The Hobbit. Whether I'm going to be Bilbo or Gollum, I don't know. That's going to be the end of the day. We're going to find out together. All right. So let's take a look at. Let's actually move everything over so that you can see everything. There we go. Let's take a look at this pile of cards that we have in front of us. This is what is colloquially known as the Riddler. It is a Riddlesmith and Containment Construct combo deck. And I'll get into reading those cards. But we have a lot of artifacts, and we are primarily an Echo of Eons combo deck. We have 4 Echo of Eons in the main deck. This is our route to victory, primarily. We're going to wheel and deal, churn through our deck, and get to a state where we can cast a Grapeshot easy peasy. 20 spells in a turn is going to be easy once we get the wheels turning. So let's actually read Riddlesmith. This is a card. It's a creature, human artificer, 2 mana. There we go. 2 mana, 2/1, 1 and a blue. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So I'm going to be looting, right? No Faithless looting here, Riddlesmith looting. And turns out I've got a lot of artifacts in here, so I can actually churn through quite a bit of my deck. This is not card advantage. I am still looting, so if I cast a card anytime in between the triggers of this Riddlesmith, I'm still down cards. The discard, though, is actually not that bad, let me tell you. Echo of Eons, like we said before, is a main win engine of this deck. Containment Construct is the pairing that goes with Riddlesmith. 2 mana, 2 generic... Come on, there we go. 2 generic mana for another 2/1. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn. Oh, wow, yeah. Should probably change that. I thought that I hit reset on this. It's a Stream Deck kind of a button, but it's a little buggy sometimes. But I think that, yeah. Oh, okay, we're double O's. Containment Construct really works well with Riddlesmith, so that discard that we were talking about being a disadvantage, potentially, turns into card advantage. So I cast Mox Opal, for example, and I draw a card and discard a card, but I don't discard it. I exile it underneath Containment Construct, and then I can cast it. So I essentially get 2 cards when this whole thing loops together. And the nice thing about Containment Construct is that this ability is a May. So it's a May ability. So actually, when I discard Echo of Eons, then I'm not actually exiling it. I can still actually flash it back in my graveyard. It doesn't need to go underneath the Containment Construct. Everything else in the deck functions towards this goal. We have protection in Defense Grid, and I would argue moderate protection in Galvanic Relay, something that can convert a turn from a win that was thwarted into rebuilding for the next turn, right? We're all familiar with Galvanic Relay. And then we've got breakthroughs with Containment Construct is just draw 4 cards. They get exiled underneath the Containment Construct so that I can only play them this turn, but I still have just drawn 4 cards. And then we've got Gamble, which with Containment Construct is, again, just tutor a card. Works out really well with Echo of Eons as well. I can gamble for an Echo of Eons, and even if I discard it, that doesn't matter. That's where I wanted it to go. And I can use my Lion's Eye Diamonds to then flash it back. Entomb is essentially the 5th gamble, and it is going to be getting an Echo of Eons or potentially this Ox of Agonis, which is another card that will help us either churn through a deck or be a little bit grindier in control mirrors or mirrors. Oh my gosh, this is not a control deck. This is a straight up fast turbo combo deck. But against the control decks, in those matchups, Ox of Agonis can function really nicely to present multiple threats. Speaking of presenting multiple threats, I gotta tell you something that's fantastic about this deck. We are a 4 Urza Saga deck. We are primarily colorless. However, our other spells are really just red and blue. We have an Entomb, but we've got a lot of lands that are going to tap for mana of any color. And we also have this Paradise Mantle, which is a wild one. But we are an Urza Saga deck, which is going to be our secondary game plan for this. Control with Riddlesmith win. Not today. Our sagas are going to be as big or bigger than any other deck. 8-cast, Black Saga Storm. They're obviously going to be bigger than most things out of Painter decks. Hey, Dominique. Nice to see you. And we can just really abuse the power of this particular land. Oval Chase Daredevil works out really nicely if I don't have a Containment Construct. With my Riddlesmith, I can discard the Oval Chase Daredevil, and then when I cast any of my artifacts, then I can return it to my hand and when I stack the triggers, I can make sure that I have Oval Chase Daredevil in my hand when I'm discarding to the Riddlesmith trigger. So a lot of moving parts. I'm sure that there are other people that are playing this significantly better than I will be. I actually got this list from an MTGO user, Eureka22422, I think. Name's Michael Reed. They're on Twitter. And they were able to help me out a little bit, giving me some tips and pointers, as well as a couple of things that I was unable to incorporate in this list, but things that I'm excited to try out later. Things like Wheel of Misfortune. Oh, you know what? This Paradise Mantle actually needs to be a Sai. That actually needs to change, because that's what the deck list is. I don't have a Sai, I don't think. Let's see. Nope, I don't. So I'm gonna just rent one really quick, and we're gonna get everything rolling smoothly. Sai, Master Thopterist. 7 cents. This is a really nice way to talk to you about our sponsor, Card Hoarder. Fantastic rental service that, I mean, I'm renting a card right now that I need, and it's quick and easy to do. It's going to pop up as soon as they get it sourced and delivered. Oh, Alex, no, yeah, we're getting started. We haven't even touched a single match of the league. Another Urza Saga deck. Yeah, absolutely, O'Doyle. And this one I'm pretty excited about. Okay, look at that. Yes, I would like a Sai. And... oops. Come on, where'd it go? Where's that window? There we go. Hey Jason, how's it going? Okay, we got our Sai. And everything's good now. Sai is in the deck. Paradise Mantle is out of the deck. Okay. Now we have another additional thing. Wi-Fi is a little bit better. Yeah, absolutely. And Alan, yeah, we are playing Riddlesmith. I actually rented this maybe a week ago, a little bit before last week's stream, and have been playing it on and off, a league here and there, just to kind of get used to the ropes, and pretty excited about it. Let's talk about the sideboard really quick. We've got a couple of things that can be tutored with Urza Saga. Surge Node, really kind of spicy one against Chalice decks. Chalice on 1, let's actually look at this. Let's look at the mana value here. Chalice on 1 stops 6 cards. That's it. Chalice on 0, however, really sucks. So, Surge Node is a way to counteract a Chalice on 0, and or a Chalice on 1, if that's something that we really care about, but we really do like our 2s. By putting an additional charge counter on that permanent. Pretty cool. So, Jason, Grapeshot over Tendrils. Grapeshot is a lot less mana intensive in this case, and we are not concerned about Storm count. We're going to have a bunch of Storm, and that's not going to be an issue. And this also gets around Veil of Summer, conveniently enough. So, Storm's not our problem. Mana efficiency is potentially going to be something that we want to make sure that we optimize, right? Urza Saga might be good in Pox. Yeah, maybe. You're playing like cards that sacrifice lands of your own, so you don't necessarily get to a point where you have mana and the cards to activate Urza Saga. That might be viable. I don't know. So, Alan, the Sai is mostly just because it's in the colors that we have. Not that it's necessarily better, because all of our mana producers, with the exception of these 2 Chrome Moxen, are rainbow lands. But Sai also triggers off of Containment Construct, whereas Monastery Mentor does not, right? So I think that that's potentially better. It also just makes our Urza sagas huge, and that's just really good. So let's keep looking at the sideboard. We can play Leyline of the Void because we are not an ad nauseum deck, which is actually really nice. So we actually have some pretty decent graveyard hate. Additionally, we have this Tormod's Crypt that we can get with Urza Saga. Let's see. Empty the Warrens and Storm Entity. These are a couple of different ways that we can get through Leyline of Sanctity, perhaps. Storm Entity is a really fun one. It's a 1/1 for 2, a 1 and a red, has haste. Storm Entity enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each other spell cast this turn. So it's pretty close to Storm. It's not keyworded as Storm, but really spicy one from Future Sight. I've been excited about playing this one. I like it a lot. We have a few one-ofs. We churn through our deck quite a bit, so one-ofs actually have some use here. So we have Chain of Vapor and Silence and, a couple of Slaughter Pacts for the Collector Oofs of the world, and a Disciple of the Vault, which is a spicy one for the lands-based decks that are playing Glacial Chasm. This is primarily there because Glacial Chasm doesn't stop loss of life. This would also work as like a Tendrils of Agony, but this actually is incremental as well. I can get on the board early and then just kind of incrementally sack my baubles and start pinging them down lower and lower and lower. So, pretty exciting about that. This is not an Emry Lurker of the Lock deck. We have a lot of artifacts, but Emry is a grindy card. I'm casting one artifact every single turn, and that's it. This, I want to cast as many artifacts as possible. I want to end in a lethal Grapeshot or a pseudo-lethal board state with Thopter tokens. I want Urza Saga to be huge. Emry doesn't function well in that realm. So, that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to check chat, make sure I didn't actually miss any questions. CEDH deck around Obnix. That sounds pretty cool. And Jason, we're storming off with Echo of Eons and Lion's Eye Diamond. That's really how we get our card advantage. And then we pair that with Containment Construct and Riddlesmith. I kind of already started talking about that, so we'll just have to see how that works in practice. I'm already queued up for a league, and I showed you a little bit about how awesome Card Hoarder is. But while I queue up an actual match, let me show you a little bit more about the rental service that I use and really recommend, Card Hoarder.
With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist.
All right, so we are waiting on our round 1 opponent. Card Hoarder is actually really cool. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check out the links below, actually get the deck list, and it'll autofill into your Card Hoarder cart. I like it. It's pretty fun. Okay, we won the die roll. Fantastic way to start this off. Ooh, boy. This is also a great way to start. So, I don't have all of the mana in the world, but I can turn 1 defense grid, turn 2 entomb for an Echo of Eons, and cast it with Lion's Eye Diamond. I'm going to keep this. And before, Grapeshot is the win condition for sure. Okay. I can bobble them, but I think that what I want to do is see if Defense Grid resolves first. So I was going to cast this pretty much regardless. Yeah, no lands. You don't need lands in Legacy. I've got my land. It's right there. Okay. I've played this opponent before. I don't remember what they were on. I think I actually might have played them on stream. Okay, cool. Looks like a Ponder maybe, or Preordain, or something. If they don't remove any of our 0-drops and I can still get Metalcraft, I'm going to crack this Urza's Bauble and draw a card. An Ancient Tomb would actually be fantastic right now. Yeah, Michael, that is correct. I could have played the Lion's Eye Diamond. That actually plays around discard quite a bit. Probably correct. Speaking of discard. Oh, no, it's just Doomsday. Okay. So I only need one Grapeshot to resolve. I just need to put one Grapeshot in the deck to win, right? I don't need multiple copies. And I'm going to be drawing through my deck multiple times, and that's actually going to function a lot better than having multiple copies of Grapeshot. I just need the one. I don't want to see it until the end of the game. Oh, and by the way, Michael Reed is whose list I'm playing. They were very kind enough to give me some pointers. I'm glad that they're in chat as well. I have your messages open so that I don't have to remember everything. It's very helpful. I am not playing the Wheel of Misfortune list. I'm playing the Psy list. I think that I have bad memories of trying to play Wheel of Misfortune in Commander, and it's probably correct here, especially with the discard outlet, but I like the idea of having an additional sideboard or side juke like Urza Saga. I don't know, maybe that's wrong. Oh wow, they're playing Deep Analysis. Okay. Are they going to brainstorm into the win? No, they're not. Okay. They've ended the turn. Okay. So they revealed a Ponder, and let's take a look at this. It doesn't actually matter. I have a Defense Grid out. So we're not going to worry about it too much. Okay. Echo and a Lotus Petal. That's actually just really good. So I don't have to worry about Entomb at all. I can play the Containment Construct, and when I activate Lion's Eye Diamond, the Entomb can go underneath the Containment Construct, so that if I need to Entomb for an Echo later on, I have that option. So we're going to play the Containment Construct, and the fun thing about this deck is I've got a lot of triggers that I can't yield to. Or I can yield to the triggers, but I can't always yes to them. So I'm going to always yield to this. And I'm going to say no, don't exile the Echo of Eons, and yes, exile the Entomb. Now the Entomb is under there and the Echo is not. I'm going to cast the Echo and we're off to the races. Yeah, this is fantastic. Okay. Wow, this was the nuttiest. See, I'm really glad that we didn't have to use that Entomb, because this is the only way that we're actually going to be able to go off. The Doomsday person didn't win because they didn't have a way to crack their pile and win, I guess. Oh yeah, this is already lethal, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well, that's too bad. I can just Entomb. Yeah, don't just miss lethal. So I can just crack this for red and say, yeah, I don't want to draw another Ancient Tomb if I need to do anything. That's fine. And then say yes to this one, and then I can just Grapeshot them for 10. Look at that. And if I need to, I can Echo, but That was easy peasy. Wow, that was pretty fun. I'm really upset that we didn't get to actually just start going through, but I mean, your opponent loses half their life. Kind of makes Grapeshot feel a little cheap. It's like Tendrils of Agony. I just needed to storm 10. Anyway, okay, against Doomsday. They're a very interactive Force of Will, Force of Negation deck with Thoughtseizes and discard and all of that nasty stuff. I'm going to want Defense Grid and Silence and maybe Stormwing Entity. I'm not sure. Let's think about this. So I have a little bit of a sideboard plan here, and it's actually Grid and Silence, no Stormwing Entity, and then out Ox, and a Breakthrough, and a Wheel. Okay, probably Wheel of Misfortune, but that's fine. We're gonna go with this. Yeah, Alex, they were really nice helping us win, so pretty fun. And if you guys are members of the channel, excuse me, you actually can spam some Grapeshot emojis and let us know how exciting it is to storm off with 10 thanks to our Doomsday opponent. It's pretty nice. So Defense Grid and Silence. I think that's all good. Galvanic Relay is really good. Spell Bomb, maybe not so much. That actually might go out as well. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take out Spell Bomb and bring back in the Breakthrough. I think that's more reasonable. No. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Something that Doomsday has been doing recently has been playing the Phyrexian that deals me 2 damage whenever I draw a card. 2/2. It's a 2/4 for 2 generic and 2 black. I can't remember. Shieldred. Thank you. It's like the 3rd time on stream that I've just forgotten Shieldred's name. That's all right. But Aether Spellbomb is my out to Shieldred. So is Galvanic Relay for what it's worth. So 4/5. Jeez. Okay. You know. This is an unkeepable 7. I don't know. I feel like Doomsday should bring in Shieldred here. We are an Echo of Eons deck as a main goal, and they can turbo it out really quickly. Couple of gambles. I don't think that this is going to be where we want to be. These gambles have to be really lucky to get where we want. I'm going to mulligan this again. This has the nice protection and a couple of redraws. I can discard Defense Grid, Grapeshot, and Mox Opal, and I'm going nowhere. I've got a mulligan again. The nice thing about this is the deck does mulligan well. This is not quite where we want. We've got the Echo of Eons. We technically have an uncounterable Lion's Eye Diamond in the tank. This might be good enough. Urza Saga, Ancient Tomb. If our opponent doesn't actually open up on a very quick hand, this could be good enough. I'm actually going to keep this. I've convinced myself. So we're going to put back the additional Echo of Eons and Entomb. And I'm actually all tied up with my mana for the next couple of turns. So Riddlesmith is gone. And here we go. We're going to see how good this is. The gamble hand looked good. Maybe. Seemed like I needed a lot of pieces for those gambles to actually work. Okay. Urza Saga. I'll play out the Mox Opal. This Galvanic Relay isn't actually going to go anywhere in the next couple of turns. And it can make my constructs a little bit bigger and not get discarded. Brainstorm, end of turn. Okay. Michael, actually, I just now realized, I didn't realize that you were a member of the channel. Fantastic. Okay, Verdant Catacombs. So, wait, we saw a basic island from them. What are they playing Verdant Catacombs for? I guess they prioritize the basic swamp if they have one. Not sure. Shieldred? Deep analysis. Much better than what I was terrified of. Okay. I think that's... Our opponent has 6 cards in hand, but that felt moderately desperate. I don't know about you. I think that was a little bit desperate. Silence. Okay. If I can turn this Mox Opal on, which I can with the constructs, then silence actually is a potential way to interact. Or protect, for that matter. Nice. Yeah, I think I knew that you were a Storm player, but yeah, it all kind of mixes together. Silence is a pretty fun card. It's a terrifying art. Take a quiet moment to reflect on your sins. Ah, there's the Doomsday. Okay. So if they have another past the turn pile, we can make a construct now, make a construct in our upkeep, tutor an artifact that is just going to pump our constructs. In their upkeep, silence them, and then attack them for lethal. See, look at that. Storm Guy can do combat math. Yeah. Eat your heart out. Let's hope that I'm in a good spot to win game 3. This is still Doomsday, and Doomsday generally chews up combo decks. The best Storm deck that's not... Oh my gosh, yeah, Grindstone would be hilarious right now. That's true. Okay, the best Storm deck that's not Gruul is probably the Wishclaw Lurrus Lotus Breach deck. It plays Underworld Breach and not Lurrus, but Underworld Breach and Twiddle and Lotus Field. Is that the land? Yeah, that one. Yeah, well, Doyle, Reanimator's doing pretty good right now. I don't know necessarily about the results of Reanimator, but it is one of the highest played decks that's on MTG Goldfish. Take that with a grain of salt. MTG Goldfish results are very useful and helpful, but they are not necessarily reflective of a true metagame, as with most data ever. There's always asterisks associated with whatever data you consume. Magic notwithstanding. Okay, so our opponent has selected Deep Analysis, so we know that they're going to be playing a Deep Analysis pile. Let's see. You know what? I've actually played Aetherflux recently in Vintage Cube, which has been an absolute blast. Playing Storm with Aetherflux Reservoir as a kill has felt really good. The best thing ever is to have House, Bolus's Citadel, Aetherflux Reservoir, and Sensei's Divining Top. Disgusting. Just wrap it all up in a Tinker package with Dark Ritual and some Moxen or Black Lotus. Chef's kiss. Okay. Our opponent has been making their pile. They are considering things. Pun notwithstanding. They are probably playing consider with the deep analysis. That's not what I meant. But if they have consider in hand, I'm likely dead. Oh, they have Flusterstorm. That's a good thing to be aware of. Oh, nope, there's consider. They could have Brainstorm, I guess. Lotus Petal. Okay. What are we doing? Ponder. I am probably dead. I don't have the ability to turn Silence on. I can't activate Urza Saga and turn Metalcraft on. There's a Lion's Eye Diamond. And there's the Deep Analysis. Okay, they get to draw 2 cards, and they have blue, blue. Oh, they're going all in. Okay. They have the kill. I will make them do it just because I'll concede to a Thoracle on the stack. The trigger is annoying to deal with, but all right. That's too bad. Let's see. I like all of the sideboarding that I have. I don't think that I need Chain of Vapor. Aether Spellbomb functions like that. Ox is bad. Empties, Stormwing Entity are bad. Yeah, we're good. Resubmit. All right, game 3 on the play. Hopefully not a mulligan to 4. This is a very good hand. This is a protected Lion's Eye Diamond into an Echo of Eons on turn 1. I'm going to keep this. Now, this is Echo for the sake of Echo, which maybe isn't the greatest, but our opponent started with 7, and we can disrupt that to a degree. But at the very least, we're going to see where this goes. Defense Grid is potentially a must counter. Yeah, okay. And Deep Analysis goes. I'm gonna bobble. Force of Negation. Okay, I'm gonna hold. If they have another blue card in the 5 cards that they have in their hand, odds are likely, for what it's worth. You know what? I didn't play out the Lion's Eye Diamond against the known Thoughtseize Duress player. Or Grief, for that matter. I saw this Force of Negation, and this is a thing that I need to work on as a Magic player. I need to stop giving my opponent credit for playing perfectly. I need to allow my opponent the space to mess up. And this was a perfect space to do that, where I could have just played the Lion's Eye Diamond out into the Force of Negation and allowed my opponent to screw up. However, that didn't happen, and now I don't have an Echo of Eons available until this Urza Saga pops, which may be too late. And they're going to take my gamble. Okay. Not really sure why that. I value the Mishra's Bauble more highly because I don't have red mana. And I don't know. It's a little strange. I like using game 1 when I'm 0% to win. Yeah. Trying to figure out how people mess up is always good. Yeah. A lot of people force Dark Ritual now that Galvanic Relay is a thing, in the Epic Storm anyway. Okay. Flusterstorm 2. Kind of disappointing that I don't have the mana to back up this Urza Saga. Let's see. Nope. And nope. I can get... Probably need to just get the Lion's Eye Diamond. That didn't work out very well. Had a lot of artifacts to draw, a lot of mana to draw. I think I just need to get the Lion's Eye Diamond and then play to drawing a white producing mana source so that I can try for a protected combo. But they do have the Force and Flusterstorm. So maybe I can get them to eat it on a gamble, perhaps? I'm not sure. Oh, hey, there's one of those things. I'm not gonna hold this. And it's resolved. I'm not gonna do anything yet. Our opponent has been missing... They missed a land drop. So they might miss another one. They can't cantrip and hold up Flusterstorm. So they have to make choices there. Unless they hit a land, of course, right? Defense Grid, that's a good one. That can't get Flusterstormed, so that's an automatic Force of Negation. How do you proxy your cards, Jason? Do you print them out and cut them out, or do you, like, write them? I do both sometimes. Okay. They chose to shuffle their Ponder, by the way. I don't think I'm gonna use my one available mana source to do anything. Not yet, anyway. I'm not that desperate. Okay, Lotus Petal. That's fine. There's a land. So I have 2 available mana. But Mycosynth Gardens isn't really a colored source, it's filtering into a colored source. Now they can hardcast Force of Negation. I'm just passing the turn for now. Our opponent's hand obviously doesn't do much right now. And I would like to keep it that way while we slowly build our way back up. This game brought to you by the fact that I didn't play Lion's Eye Diamond out on turn 1 into my opponent's Force of Negation. They might have countered it. Maybe they wouldn't have. I don't know. Now we'll never know. What do they take here? Probably Silence. They might take the Defense Grid. Silence or Defense Grid. Probably the best bets. If I draw another artifact, I'll consider playing Riddlesmith. I really want a Mox Opal. A Mox Opal is my best draw for now. Because I can play Riddlesmith, and then that's going to allow me to kind of move through my deck. They took the Defense Grid. Okay. And they're not doing anything still. 5 cards in hand. Mishra's Bauble. Do I play the Riddlesmith out and use the Bauble? Yes, I think so, because that gives me 2 draws. And it can't get Force of Negation and can't get Flusterstormed. It can be dazed, can be Force of Willed. That's just a risk that I have to take. Okay, and they pitched a Flusterstorm. Okay, so that's one less thing that I have to worry about, I suppose. But I am down a mana source now. Oh, I'm not going to activate that yet. Now I can activate it and see what they're going to draw. Underground Sea. Okay, so they have 3 mana if they have a Doomsday in hand. Nope. Okay. We're drawing another Lion's Eye Diamond. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, I can't use the Lion's Eye Diamond mana to cast the Silence or like through activating Mycosynth Gardens or anything like that. But I can at least play it out and see where things go. Yet again, Mox Opal is a fantastic draw. Another Underground Sea. Okay. And they're not doing anything. Wild. Okay. Containment Construct might be good. If I can cast it. Okay. Our opponent has drawn something. Personal Tutor. Okay. They have their Doomsday. And we have to work through that. That's not a very good way to do that. You know what? Was there a point where I could have... No, that's probably not a good idea. Okay, I could have like activated a Lotus Petal or copied a Lotus Petal with Mycosynth Gardens and gotten a colored source one-off, but no. So I still... If Yawgmoth's Will was legal? Yeah, a lot of decks would be disgusting if Yawgmoth's Will was legal. Okay. Can they win right now? They haven't been cantripping. They could have some cyclers in hand. That would be kind of boopy for me. But not really sure. Underworld Breach is better than Yawgmoth's Will has never been legal in Legacy, ever. So we don't know what Yawgmoth Will in Legacy as a 4-of looks like. Underworld Breach, however, was the fastest Legacy ban in the modern era. It was what, like 4 weeks, 5 weeks? It was disgustingly fast. Which is too bad, because I wanted to play more of it. It's fun. It was bad. It was bannable. It was definitely the most broken thing that's ever happened to Legacy in a long time. But it was fun. Okay. Our opponent is in the stages of resolving their Doomsday. And who knows? We might be alive. We might be dead. They can't play Deep Analysis. They exiled their Deep Analysis to an early Force of Negation. So that's good. We'll see actually what they are allowed to cobble together. Oh, whoops. Skipped my music. Sorry about that. Probably not Ideas Unbound. Most Doomsday lists have actually been avoiding things like Predict and Ideas Unbound, because it ends up actually not being very necessary, but our opponent might be playing it. I didn't see it in their exile pile from before. It certainly could be in there. I'm not going to try to figure this out. All I know is that the Consider is here, so is the Lion's Eye Diamond. So it looks like they're passing the turn. Or not. Are they just gonna... Oh, they can probably just cycle through all of this. Yeah. They had a way to crack the pile. and they don't even need to draw all the way through. They know essentially what our hand is. What are we doing here? Yeah, you got it. Okay. Really unfortunate. Never had an opportunity to do anything this game. Just kind of drew poopy. Galvanic Relay, Containment I had a lot of opportunities to draw well. Had the Silence to go through any kind of protection. Containment Construct, if I were able to cast that, we could have really been doing really nicely. If this Relay was a way to cast Containment Construct, I could sack the Lion's Eye Diamonds, cast... so the Silence, the Gamble, the Entomb would all go underneath the Containment Construct, and I could cast them. And then the Silence could be protection, you know, and it would have worked out really nicely. But, oh, I should concede. I'm so sorry, opponent. Really apologize. Okay. So, if I had Containment Construct out, yes. But I cannot use Lion's Eye Diamond to cast cards in my hand. Only in my graveyard or other zones. So, while we're waiting for an opponent... Oh, never mind. We're here. Joe L. Oh, this sounds really familiar. Yeah, they play Omnitel. Okay. Omnitel. This... probably not a keepable hand. I don't know. Maybe this is fine. I can play the Saga, and then I can try to wheel on turn 3. I think that we can just do better than this. This is better. This is much better. Oh man, this is good. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. We're gonna put back a Mishra's Bauble. All right. And our opponent is going to start us off. So we can cast a Containment Construct and then Bauble, Opal, Lion's Eye Diamond. It's all good. We don't have anything to do yet, but like this Bauble is going to find something. We're going to get there. Actually, in that case, why did I discard the Mishra's Bauble? I have 2 Lion's Eye Diamonds. I could have gotten rid of a Lion's Eye Diamond. That was a little silly on my part. I thought that this was another Urza's Bauble. I think that that's what was going on in my head. It just didn't click. Oh, never mind. Didn't matter in the slightest. Okay, so I can Bauble them right now. Their Ponder chose not to shuffle. Show and tell. Okay. Let's see what happens here. They're reading it. This might be the first time that they've ever seen this card. The Riddler is a relatively new player in the Legacy metagame. Really cool deck. A lot of moving parts. Pretty new. I mean, this is the Kamigawa Savior. No, what is this? Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Okay, Show and Tell is gone. Do we put them on 2 Force of Wills? I'm gonna say... I'm gonna say no. We're so close. We're so close. The Storm is 7. Storm's gonna be 8. I've got plenty of mana for days. That's for sure. I don't need to worry about that. And then whether to float red or blue, I think that it's going to be more blue. I don't know. Okay, that's cool. So this is play a Containment Construct, and then a Chrome Mox for no imprint, or no. Probably Riddlesmith. Yeah, opponent's a punk. Absolutely, that's right. You tell him, Spirit Squad. So probably just Riddlesmith, and then I can kind of churn through the deck a little bit. Yeah, if it resolves. And if not, then we'll see. Okay, they resolved. So we can go eluding. Eluding we will go. Eluding we will go. Hi ho the Dario. Eluding we will go. Okay, I can keep the Mycosynth Gardens. That's actually potentially useful. I don't think I need the additional Ancient Tomb. And obviously no imprint. And then another Chrome Mox. It's actually the last Chrome Mox in the deck. That's good. I think that it's going to be the Mycosynth Gardens now. Mox Opal. Oh. Well, I can't do that, which is too bad. No, I can. I can do that. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to ditch the Urza Saga. Yes, it is better to actually do that. I kind of realized that as I was casting the second Chrome Mox, I could have just tried to loot for something colorful. As it stands, this is a relay and a half. But yes, Mox Opal instead of Chrome Mox in terms of ordering would definitely have gotten me a better chance at finding an imprintable. Okay. 15 cards off the dome. Yeah. Breakthrough, not bad. No additional Containment Construct. One Lion's Eye Diamond. Defense Grid's not bad against the Force of Will deck, turns out. Oh yeah, that was turn one. Nice. I forgot about that. I dealt my entire 7-card hand. That was all dealt with, and then I had a new 7-card hand to deal with, and that was 2 turns, right? That's how that works. Ponder. Yes, you may ponder. The one of Galvanic Relay coming in clutch. Really, really nice. They chose not to shuffle. Okay. Relay. Okay. Upkeep. And draw another Riddlesmith. That's fine. Let's see. Let's start off with I guess let's start off with the defense grid. Yeah. I don't need another Riddlesmith. Our opponent can F6 if they let this resolve. Think of how convenient that would be for them. Yeah, okay. Look at that. Let's play the artifacts from Exile. I think. So that I actually have some selection first. Yeah. Another Lion's Eye Diamond is exactly what the doctor ordered. You can discard the bauble. And, oh yeah, okay. The game has been won. I can play an Ancient Tomb as mana for this Containment Construct. Sure. Now I can just break through. X equals 0, discard, 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 discard. And all of these get to go underneath. And then I can, let's see, how do I want to do this? Cast a Lotus Petal. No, don't exile that one. And then Breakthrough. X is 0. Discard, 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 discard. Yes. I should probably pop this out actually so that I can see what I'm discarding and exiling. Okay. This is it, by the way. This is the game. No to that one. This is why you can't always yes or always yield. Or you can always yield, but you can't always yes. Concessions can happen at any time, alright? What are these cards? Okay, so I can just sack this. And sack this. Echo. Not that I need to, but it will be helpful. Yes. Discard that. Don't exile that one. Maybe I want to cast this Ox at some point this turn. I don't need to. This is lethal. 6 waves from Sunday. But all right, thanks Spirit Squad. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is doing the thing. We are doing the thing. We can continue doing the thing, but we're not going to do the thing again. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. And oh, it's actually lethal already, but that's okay. That was one extra, just for the lulz, I guess. Storm 20. Look at that. So I can't remember, it was Jason or O'Doyle. Someone was talking to me about Tendrils of Agony, why we don't play Tendrils. We have enough Storm. We have more than enough Storm. Grapeshot is just a nice contained unit. It also can, in the main deck, function as an out to collect roof, which is something that I didn't think about. Okay, we got to do this one more time. Defense grid is coming in, silence is coming in. This is going to function actually very similarly to Doomsday. They're both combo decks that have Force of Will that want to resolve a 3 mana spell to win the game. Ox and what was it? Breakthrough, right? I think that's right. Oops, there we go. Okay. And it beats Veil. Yes, I did mention that in the deck tech, but the collector oof bit I had forgot to mention. It's kind of a nice, like, tertiary plan that's not even secondary to why it's in the deck, but it's kind of neat. I think that's all I want. I don't care about Chain of Vapor. If they have a big fat beater on the battlefield, it's probably over for me anyway. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at this. Yeah, see what happens. Gonna keep this one. Start off with an Urza Saga and a bunch of zeros. And then, oh, are we blue-black Omnitel? We actually didn't get to see before. Okay, Urza Saga. If they are playing discard, then I'm going to kind of play all of this out. Okay. Our Urza Saga tokens are going to be massive. Oh no, you know what I just now realized? I registered the wrong deck. I registered a deck that had Paradise Mantle in it, and then I realized in the deck tech that I forgot to add Psi, and I didn't go and drop the league. So we're actually playing a different league than the deck tech was covering, and what's in the Mox field link down below. So I'm going to get that corrected. Those links will be updated for the YouTube. That will already be taken care of. But just so you know, we're not playing with Psi because I joined the league before I actually started the stream, and I forgot that I needed to actually drop that league and start with an updated one. Oh well. We all know now. Which is too bad. Psi actually looked like a lot of fun. Okay, Ancient Tomb again, and a Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I should have done this before playing the Lion's Eye Diamond out, but I'm gonna gamble for a silence. I really should have done that before the Lion's Eye Diamond. But maybe they just counter this and it's all fine. I don't know. Yeah, nothing else is terribly appealing. Silence it is. And silence is in my hand. Never didn't have it. Thanks, Jason. It is from Harris Heller, Stream Beats. It's one of the playlists that he has curated. It's all DMCA free music. He's a content creator just like everybody else, and he actually is really good. So, show and tell. I'm going to cast Silence now, I think. Because they're going to be able to put in an Omniscience and then not personal tutor, the black suspend tutor. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Turn 3, made 3 land drops, dropped a show and tell. I was really hoping for a hand that slowed down that they were able to interact with me for, which is kind of why I bet on the Urza Saga. Archon of Cruelty. Whoa. Okay. Yep. Guess what's in my deck? Aether Spellbomb. Doesn't really work out like I wanted to, just so you know. It's not great with an Omniscience in play. Turns out. Do I get the spell bomb anyway? Or do I just get a bauble? Now, since I have the Mox Opal, the spell bomb is actually going to give me options on whether I want to draw a card or whether I want to bounce something. So, yeah, we'll see. But for this Omniscience, if they were just to show and tell the Archon in, then I would be presenting lethal. So we have 2 draws. Oh yeah, they played a land. So that's important with Omniscience out. Draw a card. Breakthrough. Okay. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. Now, question is, do I put any mana into this breakthrough? I think the answer is yes. I mean, they could just counter this and we're done for. But if I draw... Okay. Yes. I'll concede to that. That's fine. Okay. Let's try this again. Knowing that they're lack Omniscience. They're playing the Suspend, Tutor. Silence is actually pretty good against that. Spellbomb is less good. Maybe I want to be generally fast, and the Breakthrough is not bad. I don't know. Maybe Haywire Might has added benefits because they're Omniscience, and I don't know. We'll submit that. I'm not sold on that one, but that's just fine. Win the die roll. Not quite how that works out. I think I just chose that I wanted to play first. Yeah, this is decent. So I'm gonna play out a turn 1 defense grid, and I'm not going to play out the artifacts. We'll see how this goes. Like, I know that they could have discard, but I think that being able to... Oh, that's good. Being able to activate the Riddlesmith with these Lotus Petals, or, you know, artifacts, once I actually cast the Lotus Petal to create the blue mana for Riddlesmith. You know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Okay. And they don't have discard, so I'm happy as a clam. Okay, learn something new every day. I have too many hashtags in the video description. YouTube only accepts 3, and I've got 4. Oops. There we go. Fixed. I think that I'm pretty okay with my decision to focus on the Urza Saga beatdown plan last game. It obviously didn't pay out, but the ability to present a fast clock in a different axis than my deck usually plays felt pretty good to me. I think that was worth it. Okay. So, you're saying that I can actually just cast the Riddlesmith without casting any other artifacts first, so that I can get the max number of triggers. Oh. Okay. I'm listening. Mm-hmm. I'll play the Haywire Might out. Discard the Ancient Tomb. And then the question is, do I cast the Mox Opal to trigger the Riddlesmith and hope to draw exactly Echo of Eons? And if I don't, then it's kind of not great. I think I'm going to leave it as is. Yeah. Play it a little bit safe. Ponder, yes. Hopefully our opponent takes a little less time to resolve their ponder than the first one. I'm not sure if I'm excited about our opponent taking a long time to resolve a cantrip. That either means that they have a lot of decisions to make and their hand is good and they're just trying to figure out the best one, or their ponder was bad and they're trying to figure out what maximizes their ponder. They chose not to shuffle. Show and tell. Okay. That resolves. I'm not going to put in a Mox Opal. I actually probably should put in a Mox Opal. Yeah, I'm gonna discard my hand anyway. Okay, I could either... Well, this doesn't really do anything. They didn't go with Omniscience, so I'm going to sacrifice the Haywire Might, gain 2 life, so I essentially lose 1 life. Which is, yeah, fine. I really need an Echo of Eons, a Gamble, an Entomb, I really have to cast this now. Things are getting out of hand. That's unfortunate. It's not the card that I wanted. Okay. We have been paired up against 2 Force of Will combo decks. Which is unfortunate. Obviously, didn't come up against Force of Will this match, or this game. Okay. Our Riddlesmith is gone. We're at 5. And I need a Lion's Eye Diamond or a way to get it into my graveyard, of which there are a few. They have hit a land drop. Urza's Bauble doesn't do it, especially because the Chain of Vapor that I could draw to get out of this is in the sideboard. Well, Urza's Bauble, I'm just going to play it and see what our opponent was up to. Vesuvian Drifter. Yeah, okay. They're on the new hot tech. I will concede. That's a little unfortunate. I think that this deck is better than this 0-2 that we've started, but our opponent has wished us a good game, and we returned the favor. Nice sport. Okay. We're going to get started in on another league, and I'll tell you a little bit about how you can support us if you like this content on YouTube by becoming a YouTube member.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic.
Oh, the record is wrong? Oh, I'm 0-3? Oh, yeah. Okay. The first matchup was Doomsday. Did that? Nope, that didn't change. I need to press it longer. There we go. Changed it. Nardolphin, by the way, hello. Okay, we are on the die. We won the die roll against an opponent named Bumpy. This is kind of interesting. I don't hate this. This is a little techie. Okay, Lotus Petal and Mox Opal cast the Riddlesmith. Then I can, with a Paradise Mantle on board, for example. Then I can cast an Urza's Bauble, draw something, and discard the Echo of Eons, and then no. Our opponent said, not going so good this league. No, not here either. That's all right. I recognize Bumpy. They're a familiar name to me. I'm going to keep this, though. This is an interesting one. No, we'll probably not do another one after this. However, I will say, maybe actually what I'll do is in the deck wrap up, I'll say, oh, and these are the changes that we made, like every other content creator does, and it'll be like the updated deck list is below, and it's the same deck list. It's just, the correct one for once. Our opponent was really excited to not be facing Delver. Turns out Paradise Mantle, not a Delver playable Magic the Gathering card. Oop, let's do this properly. Let's tap the Mox Opal before I lose Metalcraft. Come on, it's not my first time playing Magic. I promise. Hey, Joe. Yeah, you're Joe L. Absolutely. Welcome to the chat. It's good to see ya. I have played you a handful of times actually. Typically you're on, you're just on like the blue-black Omni deck, which is pretty cool. Okay, so either. Oh, actually, you know what? Instead of here's a quandary that we're in right now. I can imprint the breakthrough and guarantee 3 mana to flashback this Echo of Eons. I can do that by equipping Paradise Mantle to Riddlesmith. Okay. Or I could not imprint, and then I have Metalcraft, so Mox Opal can draw 4 cards. No, I just need to imprint, and then this is gonna equip to the Riddlesmith. Okay. Never mind. I can't really keep any of the cards with breakthrough. This is not a Containment Construct. This is a Riddlesmith. That definitely helps things. Not a quandary at all. Oh no, the 3rd Underground Sea matchup in a row. Oh no. Okay. So Joe, the matchup probably felt pretty good on your side. I don't know what your hand ended up being, but Underground Sea matchups seem pretty bad bad for us. I don't know. Oh, they're playing Days. That's good to know about. Can I play around Days? Not really. However, I don't necessarily need to if I just have a second Echo of Eons that I can cast later on. Okay. Blue, 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 Echo of Eons. They can daze it. That's fine. Set them back a turn, and I've got another Echo right here. Oh, they let it resolve. I'm not quite sure why they did that. We did not hit a land. This is wild. Okay, so I kind of want to gamble for an Ancient Tomb. Put the defense grid away. No, it's probably the bauble. Okay. Okay, I need to gamble for an Ancient Tomb so that I can cast this Containment Construct, or perhaps this defense grid, depending. I don't know. Okay. Daze, Street Wraith. Okay, I need to get an Ancient Tomb. Underground Sea. Really not sure. And we discarded the defense grid, so it is going to be this Containment Construct. Echo, look at that. All right, we are potentially doing the thing now. I'm going to exile the gamble. Oh, they just conceded. Nice. That's convenient. Liked that. Okay, Joe. Omni Show and animate. Omni Show and animate. Okay, is evolving into Omni Show and imitate with the Drifter. Yeah, that's a fantastic card. Just an absolute house. I'm not sure if y'all have had a better card printed since Archon, or even, in the years before Archon even. I'm not sure there's been something that cool. Okay. Something tells me Murktide, 1 mana counter. Yeah. The minor misstep. Okay. Am I thinking that this is a Doomsday deck? I think so. I I think this is Doomsday. So we're going to get rid of the Ox. We're going to get rid of the Breakthrough. We're going to keep the Spell Bomb for the Shieldred and bring in the Silence and the Deafening Silence. Defense Grid, not the Deafening Silence. I don't want to play Deafening Silence any more than I want to play against Deafening Silence. Yeah. Now, if this was Death Shadow, then I would probably bring in the Empty the Warrens instead of maybe, I don't know, something else. But I think that this is just fine. Okay. They've mulliganed to 6. Now I have decisions to make. I think I'm gonna keep this. This is a quick saga. Ooh, hello. Make a better door than a window. Okay. Excuse me, my cat. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna play the Urza Saga out on turn 1 and the Mox Opal. Just like before. Leyline. I'm very glad that I kept the Urza Saga. This might be Doomsday. I'm not sure. Thoughtseize. Okay. 3 Urza Sagas. Not sure how that makes my opponent feel. I really hope that they're Shadow. Okay, they took the Mox Opal. Kind of makes sense. Riddlesmith. Well, not really useful right now. I don't have any artifacts besides the Containment Construct to actually cast. And this Leyline, from Depths Beyond, Bumpy is an avid Doomsday pilot. Okay. Great. Doomsday, we've had 3 now. This is the 3rd Force of Will Underground Sea combo deck in a row. So that one's fun. Hopefully we can redeem ourselves. I'm not sure. I'll let them know. Okay. And the Ponder, they chose not to shuffle. A Street Wraith. Well, I mean, Death Shadow doesn't necessarily start on Underground Sea, right? Or it doesn't start on Watery Grave as a necessity. I can't speak. As a necessity. There we go. Oval Chase Daredevil, not as great if I can't bring it back, but that's fine. Our opponent did shuffle with their Ponder. Okay, 2 Underground Seas. Consider in my end step. Bin a Ponder. Yeah. Our opponent definitely identified the fact that we are leaning into this saga, and they took the Mox Opal because that's +2 power to our constructs. +1 each, I should say. Dark Ritual. Okay. Doomsday. Deja vu, guys. Deja vu. Okay, what kind of list are they playing? Are they playing... Okay, I don't have to worry about Shieldred. Are they playing Cabal Rituals? They're not playing Cabal Rituals. So they're not that fast. Unless they took the Cabal Rituals out. I don't see really what they brought in. Just force of negation, force of negation, force of negation, force of negation. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 ley lines. That's a lot of cards. Well, O'Doyle, actually, they're usually playing somewhere between 2 and 3 Cabal Rituals as an additional +1 mana source. It's actually really good. Okay, so this way I can get a Lotus Petal. Not a Lotus Petal, a Mox Opal, excuse me. Get a Mox Opal. This will allow me to silence in my opponent's upkeep. Wait, no! I missed it. Well, yeah, they have 1 card in hand and we know that they're playing Daze. It could be a Daze. That's fine. Actually, if I were to give this a second thought, I would actually have just played the Silence and not played the Containment Construct for a lethal, because I'm playing into Daze with no protection. So I'm okay with this. Could be a Flusterstorm. Nope. Okay. Their Flusterstorm is there. I don't think that I saw another one. Okay, I think that we might actually have this rolled up. Don't get cozy in your seats just yet. We gotta still make it through an attack step. But things are looking up. Survey says sacks of land. Brazen Borrower, Chain of Vapor. Okay. Might not actually work out like we want it to. So I can gamble for something. Can I gamble for, let's take a look at the deck list. Can I gamble for something that would be helpful here? Spellbomb is not it. Any of the zeros are not it. Yeah, okay. Well, if they have it, they have it. I guess I really should have been thinking about this, because I could have played a land, and I've got all of the mana to make this a lethal attack. So when when I said Storm Guy can do combat math, apparently that was a one-off. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's try that one more time, unfortunately. Do I want Haywire Might to get rid of the ley lines? There are 4 ley lines. That might be worth it, and I didn't see any Shieldreds, so the spell bombs can go. This is probably not good enough. Yeah, I think I need to mulligan to something better. This. So let's see. Turn 1, defense grid. Turn 2, twiddle my thumbs. Turn 3, echo. This Saga can get the Haywire Might if I need to get rid of a ley line, but I'm not making constructs. I'm gonna keep this, put a defense grid on the bottom. I'm not super excited about this 6, but if I go further down, then I'm just chasing an Echo of Eons and an LED, and it loses to Leyline of the Void anyway. Yeah, and they have it. Okay. So we'll see. What the defense grid does. Does it eat a counter magic piece? Piece of counter magic. Resolves. Happy about that. And opponent reveals an Edge of Autumn. Okay, now I can just F6 through their turn. I can't do anything. This defense grid is symmetrical. Ancient Tomb would obviously be the best draw here. I would love that. Thoughtseize probably takes the Galvanic Relay. That's the most convertible with the current board state. They obviously, don't necessarily know that I'm playing Haywire Might, but there are a lot of things that I need for Haywire Might to actually be viable. Okay. Well, those were not the cards that I wanted. Well, there's 4 of them, which is not necessarily the number that Doomsday plays. They actually are often on 2 Leyline, and our opponent is on 4, which obviously is really good right now, and is actually probably good in leagues where there's a lot of fast combo decks. It doesn't surprise me. Oh, my opponent has preemptively said GG. So it looks like they've got it in the bag. My missed lethal in game 2 really has come back to bite me. That's too bad. Okay, so our opponent probably smart enough to figure this one out. They have the Edge of Autumn and plenty of things to do, but I'm going to make them play it out. There's no sense in stopping the game now. Maybe my opponent misclicks and, one time out of 100 accidentally loses the game, and if that happens on stream, then hey, fantastic. Why not? Let's see. 48 cards. wonder how many Flusterstorms they're playing. That's 1, 2, 2. Okay, so they actually had a Flusterstorm at some point during that, because there was only one Flusterstorm last game in Exile. So somewhere in there was a Flusterstorm. But this does seem like a bad combo matchup, especially this build with 4 Leyline of the Void, 4 Force of Negation, 4 Force of Will, 2 Flusterstorm, and pretty brutal. Alright, they've got Brainstorm. How are they going to kill us? I don't see a Lion's Eye Diamond. There it is. Okay. There's the Street Wraith, sacking the Street Wraith. They got this all in the bag. Okay. Well, let's try for a non-Underground Sea matchup. We totally could have had that one. That one's on me. However, the other two, I don't know if those were necessarily on me. Those were a little outside my control. This boss, for sure, was my fault. Totally missed lethal in game 2. But let's see if we can do something a little bit different. So, while we're looking for an opponent, let me tell you about our awesome, let's see, where's the token packs? I think this is the token pack. You should listen about the token pack, because if you're storming off and you need to keep track in paper, there's a lot of paper tournaments coming up. I'm going to one in 2 weeks. I'm very excited about. And the token pack is going to feature in my deck box for sure.
Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game.
Alrighty. Well, token pack is actually really cool. I need more. I have a few. I need more. Alrighty. We are still waiting on our 4th opponent, and once we do, then we're gonna keep storming. I like this deck. I don't know about y'all. Now, obviously, this has Sai instead of the Paradise Mantle. But as we saw last match, Paradise Mantle, not bad. It actually was able to present an opponent with an unanswerable force of Echo of Eons. We were able to equip our Riddlesmith to it in turn 1, and we had 2 Echo of Eons that we could cast on, one on turn 2 and one on turn 3. Actually worked out really nicely. Sai, potentially a little bit better. The Ancient Tomb mana base that we have functions really nicely with Sai. Turn 1 Sai into a bunch of Thopters, kind of hot. Okay, we are up against an opponent whose name I'm going to Google really quick. No results. So we're going to play first. We won a die roll, which is nice. Oh. Okay. Yep, we're going to keep this one. No land hand yet again. However, this one's pretty good. So our opponent has kept 6, which is good for us. We're going to start on a Mox Opal. A Lion's Eye Diamond. Then a Chrome Mox. No Imprint. Tap for a blue. cast another Mox Opal. Tap for a blue. It doesn't matter what color you tap for, but it's on theme to be tapping for a blue, I feel like. And we have a Containment Construct, a card that our opponent might be reading for the first time. Always yield to this ability. And we've got Containment Construct. I'm actually going to say no. I want those in the deck when I echo. And there's an echo. And our opponent has a Force of Will. Big yikes. Okay. Well, we have a 10 turn clock for our opponent. We're going to see if it works. Ugh. A Misty Rainforest. Containment Construct. Okay. Got enough of those. Let's see about what's going on. What is our opponent doing? Okay, they are fetching. That's what they're doing. Volcanic Island. Is this just Delver? Could be Delver. Nope. Okay. Not an Underground Sea matchup, but it is a combo matchup. Chooses not to use that. Okay. Defense grid. Well, I can no longer attack. Oh, this triggers every combat. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, Joe, if you're still here, this card's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Our opponent has essentially stonewalled us. They certainly can attack. Okay. If they attack, then I can also attack and we can trade and trade blows back and forth. Potentially okay by me. Okay, you have nothing yet. And I have a 2/1 that's getting in. This is quaternary plan. It's not tertiary, it's not secondary. It's way down the list, and it's attacking with 2/1s. Although, you know, the Echo is a nice pickup. We just need a Lion's Eye Diamond, which, there's 3 more of them. Could also hit a gamble. Try to find another one. Ponder. Uh-oh. Ponder's pretty good to try to set up a Vesuvian Drifter. Okay. Chooses not to shuffle. Oh, but they are shuffling. Okay, so they didn't stack anything on top. They just wanted a card. Oh boy. Yeah. Put in this defense grid. All right, Atraxa, and they get not a whole lot. They got a Vesuvian Drifter, a Brainstorm, a Sneak Attack, a Preordain, and a land of their choosing. So they chose the Sneak Attack, the Preordain, Brainstorm, Vesuvian Drifter, and Scalding Tarn was their land. Okay. Are they gonna... Oh, Okay, I will concede. They've got themselves an Emrakul on top of their library. Yep. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Ouch. Big ouch. Okay. We've done this before. This seems very familiar. This is essentially the only only sideboard plan that we've actually had. Although I might bring in the Chain of Vapor instead of the Aether Spellbomb. Yeah, that's fine. All right. This is quite familiar. This allows me to defense grid on turn 1. And I'm not really doing anything. Obviously the Urza Saga can get a Lion's Eye Diamond, and this Mishra's Bauble functions as a redraw. Sure, I'll keep this. The silence is a little bit of a disruptive element. The defense grids are our protection for this game. Silence can function as disruption. I doubt it, though. If we have any kind of discard, silence is probably going to be the first thing to go. We have our protection, and it resolved. Okay. Now that means that I can pretty safely use my Mishra's Bauble to draw a card. After it reveals a sneak attack. Okay. Well, I don't have a Pithing Needle for this Urza Saga to name sneak attack. Yeah, Crystal Vein used to be played in these decks, but they realized that just playing more Lotus Petals and upping the number of colored mana sources you have just ends up being better. And if you want any more Ancient Tombs, you usually just play City of Traders. Oh, speaking of Ancient Tomb, that was a great draw. Okay. So I can play the Riddlesmith if I want. Riddlesmith and then Defense Grid. Yeah, Michael, Crystal Vein is a good proxy or no proxy option. Let's see. I can Riddlesmith into Defense Grid and try to work on my own plan. Yeah, that's fine. The other option was Silence could technically be held up, but that's probably not necessary. Okay, Gamble's good. No Profane Tutors. That's interesting. Okay. I think that's just fine. Profane Tutor might be a little gimmicky sometimes. Sometimes it feels that way anyway. You don't really need it. Okay, there's the Vesuvian Drifter. No way to give it haste, thankfully. And if it copies a creature with an enters the battlefield text on it, like Archon or Atraxa, it doesn't get that, which is very nice. I think I want... Do I want a construct? No. That's silly. I just want a Lion's Eye Diamond, and then this gamble gets an Echo, and we're off to the races. And I'm actually going to tap this Ancient Tomb so that I can float more blue mana. Limdual's Vault. Oh, man. Limdual's Vault and Drifter. Yeah, that's kind of a vampiric tutor, if you will. All right, so we've got some things to do. We're going to cast artifacts out first, see if we can't find decent things to do with it. Always yes and always yield. Let's see. This Ancient Tomb can cast another defense grid, discard an Oval Chase Daredevil, and get it back. Mox Opal, discard an Oval Chase Daredevil, select, and then get it back. Okay. Now I think I need to gamble. Let's try to get a Containment Construct, I think. I could get another Echo. I could Echo, or I could Containment Construct and Breakthrough. Let's try for the Containment Construct. And we discarded the Oval Chase Daredevil. That's nice. Okay, Containment Construct. Yes, I will discard the Silence I don't need. And then the Oval Chase Daredevil comes back. And then Breakthrough. And I'll discard Lotus Petal, Mishra's Bauble, and Gamble. Oh, I need to... Yeah, that's right. It's not... I'm discarding everything. Okay. Always yield to this, and then it's going to be yes, 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 no, yes, I guess, and yes. Okay. Let's cast Lotus Petal. Let's do all the zeros first. There's another Lion's Eye Diamond. And I can cast the Lion's Eye Diamond. We have this in the bag, I'm pretty sure. And how about a 0? Echo of Eons sounds great. No, don't use the ability, and I actually have a colored card that I can imprint, which is nice. Okay, now, let's see. Got a Lion's Eye Diamond I can sack for red. Cast this Gamble. I will get another Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, cast the Lion's Eye Diamond, do the whole Containment Construct Riddlesmith Combo thing, and we're doing this. Chrome Mox. Okay. Okay. No imprintables. Urza's Bauble and another Urza's Bauble, and we're pretty close. We're almost there. We actually probably don't need to. Technically, we actually have it all in the bag because this Chain of Vapor is going to get us everything that we need. So I can sack this for blue, Chain of Vapor, Mishra's Bauble, I guess. Sack. And then there. And stop there. And then I can just This was more than lethal. Thalia is very good against the deck. Yes. Yeah, D&T is a very popular deck. More so in paper, I think. It's kind of hard to finish a match, according to the chess clocks. But, you know, it's very doable. Death and Taxes does perform online. It shows up in challenges and things like that. I think that this is a good hand. We got Containment Construct and Gamble and the mana to work with it. An imprintable for Chromox, actually, with his Oval Chase Daredevil, which is nice. There's a City of Traders. Is this a turn 1 opponent? Well, sort of. Depending on what they have on top of their library. Echo. Well then. This is an F6 from our opponent, for what it's worth. We're gonna get a Lion's Eye Diamond. And cast the Echo of Eons. That was pretty good. Galvanic Relay is a good way to end this turn, actually. And it can potentially be done... No, I don't have enough mana. I don't have enough mana to Grapeshot the Vesuvian Drifter and Galvanic Relay. I'm 1 mana short of that. Too bad. That would be nice. Okay, how about for 11? Galvanic Relay for 11. Lion's Eye Diamond, Gamble, Silence. That's nice protection. Lion's Eye Diamond, Urza's Bauble. We didn't reveal a single Echo of Eons off of that relay, which is the best possible. That means I have 3 more left in the deck to actually just mop up the rest of the game with. I like it. So we'll bobble my opponent. They are drawing another Soul Land. Oh, need to pop out the graveyards, or at least my graveyard. That's the important one, right? Okay, they're not playing the Ancient Tomb, so we know 1 card in their hand, and they might be playing... Oh, they're pondering. Okay, so they're trying to set up this Vesuvian Drifter. Certainly possible to survive, actually. I can sack my permanents, but I have a lot of permanents in exile for Relay, and they actually ended up being pretty good. I might be able to win with just those in there. I'm not sure. Not sure. We certainly will have to find that out. Show and tell. Okay. I'll put in a Riddlesmith. Grizzlebrand. That's fine. It's not a problem right now. Oh. Are you trying to find more Lotus Petals to try to brainstorm your Vesuvian Drifter? I think that might be what's happening. They're trying to find a Lotus Petal and a Brainstorm and an Emrakul so that they can swap their Vesuvian Drifter around, and they didn't get there. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Um, My opponent might be losing the game. They have to go to cleanup. I think that this is going to work out for me. They have 7 cards. So it's not a done deal. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Now I'm just kind of nervous. I don't want to screw anything up, so that's the real challenge now, is to make sure you don't screw it up by misclicking something. Okay. Now I floated white off of this opal so that I can test with this silence. We're probably going to have enough storm anyway, but this silence is a good way to test the waters. Okay, they don't allow that. Totally fine. Makes sense. Let's just Grapeshot them. Survey says same targets. Yeah, Michael, you are correct. Hey, we're on the board. We beat the first non-Underground Sea matchup that we played. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, Thalia dies to Grapeshot or Construct beats, for sure. Grapeshot is really nice because we're echoing so often that we can play out or cast the cards that would be considered win conditions early as disruption, and we can just recycle them and work with them later, which is really nice. So we're entering into our 5th and final round. If you're liking this content and you want to read more about Storm, the Epic Storm, but if you want to just read about Legacy Combo, there's a really awesome website that I write for, theepicstorm.com, that has all kinds of really sweet options in terms of content that you can read and links to our YouTube channel and things like that. If you like it, you can become a Patreon member, and there's a little spiel that I want to tell you about that really helps support me as a writer and a content producer for the website.
Want early access to articles at theepicstorm.com? Become a member of our Patreon to get articles 7 days early, on top of other sweet benefits, and help us pay our website team. You can sign up at patreon.com/theepicstorm.
Alrighty. And actually, as a matter of fact, there's going to be an Infernal Tutoring article that goes live sometime tomorrow. That's going to be live for patrons, excuse me, a week early before anybody else gets to see it. Ooh, yes. Okay. I'm actually going to be playing this one out safer than I might normally. Oh man, maybe not. This is a really, really explosive turn 1. Our opponent, Splev, doesn't have any results. Okay, so the Mycosynth Gardens is hot right now because I can double Lion's Eye Diamond But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play Urza's Saga and Spellbomb and Lion's Eye Diamond out. I'm going to try to be a little bit more resilient. I want to go off with a Containment Construct, which is just fine by me. Ooh, the Saga Mirror. What are we doing here? Are we 8 cast? I mean, so far we could be the actual mirror. Oh. Oh boy. That's not bueno. Okay. Chalice on 0 is rough. It's particularly tough against our opponent as well, but they just decided to not care about that. Pithing Needle. This is disgusting. Here I was thinking, they named Urza Saga. Okay. Okay, so I can't make constructs. They can't make constructs. I can't cast zeros. Well, I can, but they get countered. Let's go with Defense Grid for now. Wow, this was not the turn 1 I expected from my opponent. Regardless of if they were on 8 cast or not, this was pretty disruptive. And now they have a clock that I could bounce. But that doesn't seem like a very good idea. Just draw 2 cards again. Emery, that's also pretty rough. Okay, and their exile or their discard is another Thought Monitor. Oh boy. This does not seem like a good matchup either. 2 Doomsday decks, 2 Show and Tell decks with Vesuvian Drifter, and an 8 cast deck, which is a Chalice Force of Will deck. Ha-cha-cha. We are in my opponent's end step. Good matchup. Fair blue. Not unfair blue, which is what we've been doing. Fair blue and non-blue decks are really good. We can just kind of chew those up. Okay, what am I going to get? Am I getting a Paradise Mantle to equip my Containment Construct? Am I getting a Lion's Eye Diamond and really hoping for a good Echo with a bunch of mana floating? Ox of Agonis might be a decent way to win through Chalice. It could be a Mox Opal and have a reasonably secure mana source. That might be it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's cast a Containment Construct. Let's cast this. Just upping storm count. If I echo into a relay of some kind, and I want that all available. I'm gonna copy the Lion's Eye Diamond. This is the coolest thing to happen out of one blue. No. And red. And then echo. Survey says there's a relay. I have to cast a bunch of zeros into it, but that's not the worst. Kind of wish I hit a land. That would be nice. Alas, that's not going to happen. Okay. I don't know if this relay can actually win us the game. Like, we need... It's not going to do it. I think I'm safe to concede here. Okay. Sideboarding. We get some options here. Let's do some Chain of Vapors and Silence and Surge Node and Haywire Might and maybe Defense Grid. I'm reading up a conversation that I was having with the person who did quite well with this deck recently in a prelim. They were in chat, Michael. Okay, out Spellbomb, out Ox, Entomb, and Paradise Mantle. Okay. We have our options for Chalice, which is probably on 0. Chalice on 0, Chalice on 0, Chalice on 0. Against their forces, multiple forces. Okay, so this is what we got. And I'm okay with this. I'm going to play out Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, and then gamble for a Defense Grid. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Because I don't want to discard the Lion's Eye Diamond at any cost. So, Lotus Petal, which is my red that I need for the gamble. They're thinking about this. I hope they counter it. That would be just fine. Do it. Nope. Okay. And I need the Defense Grid. And I have the Defense Grid, but I discarded the Ancient Tomb. Okay. Well, that was the one card I didn't want to discard. But let's echo. Oh, do they have counter magic? They do. Do we fight this out, chat? No, I don't think so. Let's do a game match wrap up and just talk about this. So, match 1, we were up against Doomsday, and we lost. We got a game. I think it was game 1. Yeah, it was game 1, which was fine. Game 2 up against Blue-Black Omnitel against opponent Joe, who was in chat just a little while ago. We ended up getting there in game 1 again, and then lost post-board games to Leyline of the Void for the most part, or a misjudged Urza's Saga plan. I believe that was what it was. Match 3, I lost game 2 by not committing to a lethal line that would have won the game. So that one's on me for sure. There was a very clear and delineated mistake, and I could have just presented lethal. Our opponent had a Chain of Vapor and was able to bounce an attacking construct token and survive for one more turn and win the game with a resolved Doomsday. And then Yuke was playing actual show and tell, or sneak and show rather, and we got there against another combo Force of Will matchup, which was the 4th in a row, which was brutal, absolutely brutal. And then we lost against 8cast, which is a Chalice of the Void deck that happens to also run 8 forces in the 75. Not a very fun matchup either. Our good matchups, as asked by Melodic Miner, are going to be things like Control, potentially Delver. Trying to pull up the deck list. Here we go. Control or Delver, or things like non-blue decks, lands, Maverick. Death and Taxes is actually probably a pretty good deck to play up against. But right now, that's not what we ended up coming up against. I think that this is a really fun deck. The idea of playing Urza's Saga on the channel here recently, and that actually was a pretty good Urza's Saga deck. I think that this is a better Urza's Saga deck, I might posit. So it's a little bit of both, Melodic Miner. It's a little bit of a coincidence that we ran up into so many of them. However, these kind of unfair blue decks are popping up quite a bit. Maybe not show and tell as much. I think that that's going to be chalked up to what I would like to call the Bosch and Roll effect. Bosch and Roll recently 5-0'd with Vesuvian Drifter on his channel, and he's one of the larger content creators in the legacy space, and it brought a lot of attention to the card. Joe L, I believe, actually has been playing with Vesuvian Drifter for a little while now. So that's, an outlier. But Doomsday has also been kind of on the downswing. We just happen to be paired up against 2 routine Doomsday players. 8cast is doing well, and Cephalid Breakfast is doing well. Those 2 are probably in the running for top 5 decks in Legacy right now. 8cast, 8cast, Cephalid Breakfast, Jeskai Control, Reanimator, and Choose Your Poison. I don't know. Delver, maybe, probably. Those are probably the 5 best decks in Legacy right now. So a little unfortunate that we came up against all of them in one league. We didn't see any fair blue. We didn't see any fair non-blue. We didn't see any combo decks that weren't Force of Will, which this deck actually is quite good against. This deck has a fairly good time against the Epic Storm and against Ad Nauseam Tendrils and against Reanimator, but that just ended up not being the case here. So I'm going to be playing this around. Maybe I'll see you in a league. Maybe you'll see me in a league. But next week, I'll be back with a different deck to stream and hopefully do a little bit better. I've had a little bit of a slump on stream recently. Off stream, I've been doing just fine. But on stream, I've had a bit of a rough break of things. So hopefully next week we can kind of flip that around and I can give a little bit of a better performance. But until then, I hope that you all have a good night or a good morning or a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you next time. I'll see you around.